So that's my view. And then when 10th March crisis happened, I developed almost the same sort of experience which occurred 1959 10th March. Helplessness, hopelessness, much sort of anxiety. So during such period, I visualize those decision makers on the spot, visualize them, and develop sense of concern, compassion towards them, and take through imagination, take their anger, suspicion, hatred, take oneself, and give them compassion, self-confidence, like that. So that kind of practice, of course, won't help to solve the problem, but mentally, immense benefit. In spite of such sort of hopelessness feeling, still you can keep peace of mind, like that. Next question?
Professor Shah, we are really running out of time. There's a reception upstairs, but could you ask a question, a comment as well?
Oh, okay. I just feel we are here to gather here as an educator or as a humanist, and also as for me as a political scientist, and also for some of you as political activists. And I think recently, because I have attended the lectures by His Holiness, I've thought about it. Several things maybe we can ruminate about and we can learn, or we hopefully in the future we also want you to teach us more. One is, I think, we know in this China, the morality crisis, I think, is deepening. And so when we talk about how we are going to reconstruct the moral systems in today's China, so I think we have a lot to learn. Second is, I'm thinking about education, and because I have heard the Tibetan government in exile really has put a lot of stress on education. And one thing I'm amazed is, among the Tibetan exiles, there is no illiterate. And so I achievement, and I think we can find some secrets regarding education. And so also there's another important thing regarding democracy. And when the Dalai Lama and His Holiness started his most difficult time in exile in 1959, and he found democracy. I think that's amazing when people are in difficulty, and then they still pursue non-violent way and the democratic way to try to solve conflicts. And so I think this is clearly, for many parties, they do not follow the same pathway. I think that's also very amazing. The last part I feel is interesting for me. And on the one hand, we develop compassion for many things happening in the world. But on the other hand, we try to also keep detachment. And so I have one is a big question is how much one get is a compassion for everything, but I don't hurt my mental hygiene. So I still can.
mental hygiene, sir.
So that's my question, my difficulties I want to know.
저때가 들으셨다는 배는 또 그런 좀 개발되어 봐. 이제 다들 점내다 막 친구여서 정말이야. 닉지 왜서리야. 닉지는 되게 되잖아. 그냥 수수쌤 막 기분 영향한다는데. 수수직 쌤 초보 영향 답시시고 그러고 mental hygiene. 수수쌤부터 된 삼당고 되고.
Yes, that's the main sort of, I think, important question. Usually, I sort of have the view, the way promoting human sort of moral ethics or peace of mind should be three ways. Number one way is through theistic religion, believe God, and through that way, Kasota receive some kind of self-confidence and hope and peace of mind. particularly when person passing through difficulties. Then second method, a non-theistic religion. That's Buddhism. No God, no idea of God, but ultimately self. Oh, what happened? Perhaps more now, time for sleep. So non-theistic, I think many of you, traditionally China is a Buddhist country, as I mentioned earlier. I think we should know the real Buddhist concept. There's no creator, but ourselves as a creator. So everything depends on one's own mental action, verbal action, physical action. So that we call law of causality. And also the concept of karma. Karma means action. So future depends on one's own action. The physical action depends on mental action. Mental action is compassionate or positive. The physical action also become positive. So that one way promoting inner peace. Then there should be third one, without talking religion, without touching religion, secular way. There are ways using our common experience. Everybody come from our mother. We receive maximum affection from our mother. Generally speaking, some mother is very bad. But generally speaking, even animal, they are youngster raised under mother's affection. There's a biological factor. So the experience, we received immense affection from our mother. That experience remains deep inside our brain or our blood cells. So therefore, you see, the people who have that kind of experience also have the potential to show other affection. That's common experience. Then common sense. I think any community where more compassionate atmosphere, much happier. I think sometimes communist society suspect each other, isn't it? So even every word you have to think very careful. Where spy? They're very much because of network. So in such circumstances, fear, distrust. Under that circumstance, you never can be real inner peace. Difficult. Always something alert.
Anxious.
Very cautious.
Anxious.
So that's our common sort of sense. Then third, scientific finding. Now real answer is, everybody take care of body health, isn't it? We spend a lot of money for medicine, for exercise, and ladies, you see, some cosmetic things. You see, that's in order to take care your beauty, isn't it? So now here, the peace of mind, more compassionate mind, immense benefit for our health. Now some reliable, respected scientists now confirm, peace of mind, very important factor for good health. And my own little experience, now it more or less, according to my own experience, is confirmed. So therefore, and also lady, I usually used to describe external beauties and internal beauty. Long run, even happy marriage, long-lasting marriage, inner beauty is more important than external beauty. Do you agree? I think you more experienced. I think you know better. So in any way, so therefore, practice of compassion first benefit go to oneself. That I think must know.
Must be known.
People usually, sense of caring of others, sense of sort of say, a concern for others' well-being is wonderful, but no benefit to oneself. That's totally mistake. And similarly, anger, hatred, also you see, not harm other directly. But as soon as anger, hatred develop, your peace of mind is lost. So you suffer most. Whereas practice of compassion also is the first benefit go to oneself. Like that. Sometimes, you see, when I passing through the street, I usually, whenever I saw someone, I just consider another human being. So I usually smile. So sometimes, especially some young lady, you see their response. When I smile at them, they look, I think they feel, that person thinking advantage or something. So you see, my smile brought more suspicion, more uncomfortable. But myself, happy. Okay. So the practice of compassion, the maximum benefit to oneself. That's important. And then also, I think, like you, these professors, in order to carry our intelligence more efficiently, calm mind is very important. Because in order to carry study, your attitude must be very objective. Not like Communist Party sort of thinking. There is some political agenda there. Then study or anything, you see, must go according to that. This is biased. Must be, as I'm Buddhist. But when I investigate, anything can be possible. That kind of attitude. Even Buddha's own word, we have the liberty to investigate. So Buddha stated, my follower should not accept my teaching out of devotion or faith, but rather your own thorough investigation and experiment. That's the greatness of Buddhism. So like that. So therefore, in order to carry research work, calm mind is very important. If your mind too much emotion, then you cannot see the reality because your mental thinking is biased, like that. So, calm mind. Calm mind comes more open mind, open-hearted, clear, full of suspicion, distrust. You cannot develop calm mind. Open. Consider if I come here with feeling, Chinese, difficult, then I cannot communicate with you openly. If I came here, Chinese, our brothers, sisters, same human being. Even face level, very beautiful. You see, like that, then we can communicate easily. So trust, openness is very essential. I think one of the real faults of today's communist is secrecy, not transparent. So these methods actually ruin the party's image. The Communist Party must be honest, truthful. When truthful, honest there, no basis of secrecy, should be transparent. Isn't it? So if, as I mentioned earlier, if I still party member, then I may start that kind of work. but then they may dismiss me from the party.
I'd like to thank His Holiness.
Thank you.
It's wonderful. We wish we have more time, but you have engagement upstairs. Thank you very, very much. And last word, I would like to thank the President and her very dedicated staff for making this event possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I really, I really hope, you see, this kind of sort of meeting, I think from time to time, whenever, now for myself also, you see, whenever I'm passing through New York, occasionally, I think I would like, you see, having this kind of meeting. And particularly those people who have some suspicion, they also should participate. That make clear. That's very important. So as the Chinese brothers, sisters, unfortunately, party propaganda just one-sided. As you know, during Cultural Revolution, the full praise about Cultural Revolution. Woha, da, gaming, marbe. Oh? Yes. Full praise. So the party sort of propaganda always much sort of extreme or distorted, according to their political sort of necessity. They're always distorted. So people should know the reality. For that, you should know both sides' information. The party sort of information and the Tibetan side information. Then also, you see, those American, they are not Tibetan, not Chinese. You see, they usually, I think, a Tibetan side, sometimes some emotions there. The Han peoples also, sometimes emotion there. And then those who are our friend, those European, those American, you see, they can, I think, judge better. So please listen, both sides. That's very important. And particularly those young Chinese students who carry study here, you see, should, they should know all the information. Then they can judge. They can develop, I think, realistic sort of understanding. That's very important. Thank you. I wish one day, actually, you see, one professor from Tsinghua University, after our discussion, he is one of the sort of member of the intellectual groups. So we already some kind of